Good morning, everybody. Steve Georgie here, live from Allendale's trading floor with your morning coffee. It is July 29th, 2010. We've got a lot of movement around the markets here this morning. Corn is called 5 to 6 higher. You've got beans 6 to 7 higher, and the wheat market 10 to 12 higher. This is just following the overnight sessions. We did have every week Reuters puts out a survey. They survey 20 different advisory services looking at corn yields. The corn yield, when they first started this a few weeks back, the average yield was 163.2 is what they were expecting. Last week was 163.6, so they increased it a little bit. And this week they increased it even a little bit more, 163.8. So the numbers continue to strengthen there as far as yield. We've had a lot of rain across the Corn Belt, a lot of good-looking corn out there, at least in our area. But as you can tell, you do have most of the people thinking that this crop is improving at this point. As far as the wheat, we do have that look stronger here overnight again, 10 to 12 higher, based on Russian weather concerns again. So as it remains dry out there in Russia, well, you know, you've got this uptrend continuing on this wheat. Spec money in there buying it. You've got a lot of people scared right now. The market is running higher and continuing to make new highs. But here domestically, you have the Wheat Quality Council right now is on their spring tour, and they just toured southeast North Dakota. Some of their findings that they had put out, they're looking for a yield average 44 bushel an acre for those counties that they had surveyed. It is down from 44.7 last year, but when you look at the 5-year average, the 5-year average is 35.3 for the tour for those areas. So it is above the 5-year average, maybe not as good as last year's, but still looking, still a pretty good average out there with 44 bushel an acre. We had the export sales come out today. For wheat, they were looking 300 to 400,000 metric tons. Came out here at 920. So big sales here for wheat. That is friendly for wheat. Those are big numbers. Those are big wheat sales for us, and certainly exceeded expectations there. So that was kind of a surprise off the report this morning. Corn, they were looking 800 to 1.0. Came out at 960. So that's neutral. Beans, 900 to 1.1. Came out at 1.479. So that did beat expectations. That is a little bit friendly for the market here this morning. Bean oil and bean meal were both negative, though. They expected 75 to 150 for bean meal. Came out at 67. And bean oil, they were expected 40 to 50. Came out at 7. So that's those two looking a little bit negative here this morning. But beans and wheat friendly with corn neutral off of that report. As far as some of the outside markets right now, you've got the dollar that is breaking. We're down more than 50 cents right now for the dollar. That is breaking. It's continuing its downtrend at this point. Your next solid area of support sits near that 81.20 area. That is your 200-day moving average. Currently, we're sitting at 81.80, so we do have a little bit more room to go before we get down to that moving average. But it is breaking here today, which could keep some support around these markets as well. Anytime you see the dollar down, you've got guys talking inflation, and it's a lot easier to come in and buy something when you see the dollar down. Money flow tends to come into the markets at that point. You've got crude oil right now that is unchanged. So the crude and the dollar, you used to have this relationship that if crude oil was higher, the dollar was down. If the dollar was up, crude oil is down. But that relationship has now changed. Over the last week or so, it hasn't mattered at all. Just like today, you got the dollar that's down, crude oil that's unchanged. It's not finding any reaction at all. Crude oil has backed off quite a bit from the highs, but it is back to unchanged. It's 50 cents off its lows here today, about 60 cents off of its highs. You've got it hovering right at $77 a barrel. So that's very quiet. Probably not going to find too much market movement here from the crude oil trade. As far as metals, you got gold it's up $2.20 after taking a sharp break earlier this week. It's trying to recover. Had a small gain yesterday and looking for a little bit of a jump here this morning as well. Silver up 16 cents. Just like the gold, silver was down sharply early in the week, and we're trying to make a little bit of a recovery here. We did find some support here at a little bit lower levels, but we need to see investor money come back into the metals, try to push that higher here yet too. But it has broke sharply this week. As far as livestock, you've got fat cattle that are unchanged right now, very quiet out there, and the overnight sessions are trading very steady. You got feeders that are down just slightly, down about 17 cents in the August contract, probably due to the corn prices being up a little bit and making a reaction to that. We've seen quite a run here as far as the livestock. Now we're starting to set back slightly on that as well. But as far as hogs are up 80 cents overnight, mostly due to the cash prices that are jumping overnight. You've got the August hogs that broke above the downtrend in the overnight session. So we took out this downtrend that we've been in here for many weeks. In the overnight session. We'll see how it opens up today as far as the pits, but the overnight session has broke above that and, could project up near 85 for the August contract, more in the short term than anything. So give us a call over here at 800-262-7538 with any questions you may have, or even if you just want to know what the markets are up to here today. Give us a call. We'd be glad to help you out. Any of the brokers over here would be glad to assist you with anything that you may need. So once again, the number 800-262-7538. Check us out on the web at allendale-inc.com. Have a great day and have a great rest of the week. Take care.